Welcome to AT1, Christ at the Center of Adventist. Today, I'm Paul Richardson, your host. God is a wonderful artist. Nature shows it. So does humanity. But sometimes we see beauty from our perspective and not from God's. We only see people as valuable if they fit into some fashion standard that we have for them. And that can cause them emotional and sometimes physical pain. We'll hear about that today in inspirational thought, as well as some trending news and then beautiful music to round out our program. All wonderful art, all wonderful experience that you find right here at AT1. Please recommend us to your friends. Thank you.
When I was a little girl, I noticed that I was a little bit different from everyone, including all the members of my family. I noticed that I had a facial birthmark on this side. Growing up was not easy. I had questions to God. Why did you create me this way? Did you make a mistake? As I got older, I discovered concealing makeup. So I used to cover my facial birthmark all the time. My problem was solved. But as you know, the skin is also an organ and it needs to breathe. And what used to happen is the makeup was covering the pores of my skin to breathe. So the skin began to have problems and the makeup did not settle. It didn't have that perfect finish. It was not effective. So here I was, not having the same coverage like I used to have. And I went back to God for more questions. What was I to do? I questioned God even the more. This time I had good grounds. I had been studying the Bible, His Word, and had discovered that God was an immaculate artist who, surprisingly, pays special detail to color. This is in Exodus, where I saw God being color conscious. This, we read about God giving the Israelites in Exodus the exact instructions of how to construct the tabernacle. Please observe God's color coordination in the following verse. Exodus 26 verse 1, God says, "Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine woven linen, and blue, purple, and scarlet thread. With artistic designs of cherubim you shall weave them." And God continues to instruct the same colors, gold, blue, purple, and scarlet, to be used for the ephod and the breastplates, and all this you can find it in Exodus 28. God is specific. So now knowing that God was so specific, I asked him again, were you then in a hurry when you created me? But God began to show me that He was intentional and that my facial birthmark had a purpose. So when I began to speak about the facial birthmark to encourage others, sharing about the struggles that I had faced growing up, and how God was walking with me through the struggles, I saw that many people were encouraged. As a result, in 2019, I was inspired and created a brown doll with a facial birthmark. This doll has become a tool and shows little children and adults alike that no matter what difference you have, the all-time greatest artist God has got his eyes on you. He will weave every experience of your life into something beautiful. Take him up on his word in Ephesians 2, verse 10, which says, we are God's workmanship. But let me put it in my words. In other words, this verse says you are a special piece of art, created in Christ Jesus for something amazing, which God prepared before you were even born. How amazing! Is God not amazing? Oh yes, he is. He already prepared your purpose and mine before we were born. So take courage, dear friend, and give him all the pieces of your life experiences and let him use his greatest artistic attributes to make your life into a masterpiece full of purpose and magnificent beauty.
Hello, and welcome to AT Trending News, a look at some of the headlines from the Adventist community. I'm Jamie Carlman, an AT1 team member, joining you from the UK, where it's almost summer here. And even though the weather has its ups and downs, it is truly pretty here. But you know what they say, true beauty is found on the inside. That's why I'm betting that I have a pretty cute pancreas. Another person with an eye for beauty is Dana Garlett, an Adventist creator with an Aboriginal heritage. During the coronavirus lockdown, she launched a line of greeting cards that celebrates beauty found in nature and in her cultural heritage. Her business is called Paper Bark Prints, and the cards are designed to connect people to Aboriginal Australia. The cards are designed using colors found in nature and feature minimalistic artwork. In my language, my name is Judith. Judith represents the morning scenes of nature as the sunlight breaks to commence the beginning of a new day. I have very strong Aboriginal heritage and ties to 4 different regions in Western Australia, which includes Perth Metropolitan, Kimberley, Southwest, and Wheatbelt, said Garlett to the Adventist Record. Working from home, juggling schoolwork with my son and home life, not being able to visit friends and family or have social interactions made me think about how I could maintain that connection with others, she says. I always find so much joy and happiness when I give to others, so I thought greeting cards would be perfect. It's a way I can minister that brings people together through my designs. Garlett sees the business as a way to build relationships and promote Aboriginal heritage. I share God through my creative practice by building community that strengthens personal connections with other people. That's a lot like what Jesus did. He brought people together from all walks of life. Through sharing aspects of my culture, it brings awareness and understanding, which is part of reconciliation in action, said Garlett to the Adventist Record. Garlett's business has grown since it started in November 2020. This year, we'll be sharing more greeting card designs for all occasions and looking to add prints and digital prints to our range, she said. I believe God has big plans for Paper Bark Prints, and this is only just the beginning. We hope so too. What do you find truly beautiful, and how can you use it to uplift and strengthen your community? Let's take some time to ponder these questions with our friends and family this week. You can post questions and follow-up comments on our Facebook page, located at facebook.com/atoday.org. Thanks for checking out AT Trending News. Stay tuned for some wonderful music next from Christina and Ben George.
This is my Father's word, and to my listening ears, all nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, the birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's word. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, His hand the wonders wrought. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me never forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world. Why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King, let the heavens ring. God reigns, let the earth be glad. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me